Good morning. Today we're going to be looking specifically at the isosceles trapezoid. We had this definition in an earlier video, but I do want to review it. It's this statement in green here. An isosceles trapezoid is a trapezoid with congruent legs. So, trapezoids have one set of parallel sides, those are the bases, and then your other set of sides are the legs. And notice those congruent marks. Isosceles trapezoids have one line of symmetry, passes through the midpoint of each base. Remember, lines of symmetry are fold lines to help us to see matches. So down here in red, we've got one set of congruent parts, a set of congruent angles. When you fold here, these are called base angles. And then there is a second set of congruent angles. When you fold base BC over, angle B is congruent to angle C. Here in purple is our last relationship for this paper, where we are going to work with the fact that isosceles trapezoids have congruent diagonals. So AC is one of the diagonals, and it is congruent to DB, this diagonal. I switched papers so we can look at an example. This example is about the diagonals, and I drew them in purple of an isosceles trapezoid. So we have congruent diagonals, which means that we are able to do an equation that we've nicknamed part equals part. So 9x plus 15 equals 6x plus 36. Write that nickname catchphrase up here to remind you that's what I'm using for my strategy. Go through our solving steps and get our x's on the left. And constants on the right. Just take a moment, please, to reread the directions. We need to determine segment EG. I purposely picked this example this morning to remind you about times where we have the substitution step. Solving for x is not our finish, it is a step to help us get segment EG. So at the top I have EG is 9x plus 15. So I rewrote that down here. The 7 that I will just determine, is going to be substituted in for x. So to determine EG, I do 9 times 7 plus 15. Please follow your order of operations. I didn't give any dimensions on this one, so I'm using the general label units. So again, just a reminder, reread your directions, make sure you know what your goal is. Sometimes you will solve for x and stop. Other times you will have the substitution work that you will need to do, which I just want to review in green to remind you about. Be well.